Added some tone to the iris, and I'm just using my rubber to mark the highlight back in. So I added tone to it and it covered it over, so I'm just going to use the rubber. If you look at a picture of an eye, the highlight can often have reflections in, like an image within there, so you could sketch an image into there if you can see one. I'm going to leave mine blank for the moment, but you can add a bit of detail into there if you want to. Okay. Now I'm going to work on adding some shading to the inside of the eyelid, which would be here, and there'll be more at the top down because you've got that bigger upper eyelid, putting a shadow onto the eye itself. So I'm just going to press harder and then lift off the pressure as I get towards the centre. I'm going to work over the eye because it covers the eye, and shadows on top of the eye, and press more lightly as I get towards the centre. And then at the bottom of the other inside edge of the eyeball, I'm just going to add a little bit of shadow, and on this side as well. Essentially what I'm going to do now is add the tone to different aspects of the eye, then we can finish off with the details like the eyelashes. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of tone above and below the eyelid. And once I've got a little bit on there, because it's a 2B pencil, it will blend a bit, so I'm just going to use a tissue to blend that area, and then I can draw the eye crease back on the eyelid line. Okay. Similarly here, got a little crease in your eye. And then underneath the eye here, the outer edge of your eyelid. Nice soft shadow that you'd have on your face. Okay, now I'm just going to work on some details. So some things that will have been lost where I've been sort of smudging the tone, I'm just going to work back in. You want a nice sharp pencil for this bit. And that little eyelid there will be whiter, paler, so make sure that is visible. Similarly here, I might use my rubber to try and bring some definition to that upper eyelid. Okay, and then really what we need to do is add in the eyelashes. So they are, this is the outside of the face here, and this is where the nose would be. The eyelashes are longer at this edge on both the top and the bottom, and the curve is different. Where you've got this line in the middle, the eyelashes will start to curve more so like this, and then as you work towards this side, the eyelashes will be more like this. So just have a look at that curve, and to use the eyelid and make like a hook. I would kind of do a few and space them out, thinking about that, the length of them and the curve, and then work back and add a few more. Sometimes your eyelashes cross each other and they're not all perfect, so you might want to have a few where they layer and cross in a different sort of direction. Hopefully you can see what I mean on mine. You know, they're not all perfect, because if you make them all exactly the same and perfect and evenly spaced, they won't look like real eyelashes. Because there's more of them at the bottom, it's darker. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same again at the bottom. Again, they curve this way. And then as we get closer to the centre, they go more vertical. And then as we get closer to the nose, they curve in the other direction. Just the same, some of them will cross over. So put them on, space a few out, and then keep adding until you're happy. Something like this. Okay, and then you've got a really lovely detailed sketch of the eye, thinking about the tonal aspects and the structure of the eye also. Just going to turn that exposure down a little bit so you can see it there.